Today's workout is workout number 7 from my Lose Your Mommy Pooch workout plan. We'll work on healing diastasis recti and core dysfunction to achieve a flat belly and a strong functional core. All you need is a mat. Let's get started. Hey mamas, welcome to workout number 7 from my Lose Your Mommy Pooch workout plan. We're going to continue to build on the movements we've done in workouts 1 through 6. So make sure you've done those first before moving on to this one because it's going to start to get more and more advanced. Let's start again on our back with that double bent leg lift. Supine position, belly pulled in and braced, hands up, lower back toward the mat. Both knees come up over the hips and then gently tap the toes. Let's keep moving through that. As we lower those legs, we want them to feel slow and controlled, light on those toes as we tap the floor. Shins parallel to the ceiling as we lift. Keeping that belly button pulled in, we want to make sure we don't try to necessarily add intensity by speeding up and losing that core control. So you look for that by making sure you don't see that doming or coning or that arch in the back. Those are indicators that we're moving too fast or we're doing something too intense. So if either of those is the case, slow it down, take a break, or regress the movement. Take a break now. We're gonna move on to an alternating single straight leg extension. So legs up to the ceiling, toes pointed. We're gonna start with the front leg, slowly lower down, all the way to the floor. If you can, tap the heel, bring it back up. Take a breath, lower, 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 pulling that belly in toward the spine, tap. Release pressure at the top, reset. Now this is a good opportunity at the top to let that belly inflate, deflate as you lower the leg. So you're releasing that core pressure, applying the pressure again, pulling that belly button in towards spine, back toward the mat. It's hard to do all those things while talking, so I don't recommend you talk while doing this, but obviously I'm going to. If you need to, you can also prop that foot up on the floor to give yourself more support, or you can bend the knees at any time. Moving on to straight leg hip circles. Legs straight up to the ceiling. We're gonna drop the legs down, around, and up. So we slowly bring them away from the body, make a little circle, and then bring them straight up, vertical to the ceiling. As you lower the legs, make sure, just like always, lower back toward the floor, belly pulled in. We're not seeing any of that intolerance happening. We feel really controlled. And you can see I'm not going very far down, like maybe 45 degrees, maybe. So take it easy and just work your way. If you can go lower than that, great. But again, I'd rather you not go as low and have control than try to go big with this movement. Working on that hip mobility as well. We did this one a few workouts back with bent knees. This one's obviously gonna add a little more intensity, so feel free if you need to rest in between the reps, that is fine. And break. Okay, we're gonna keep moving now with a single leg glute bridge with an extension. So we did this one in the previous workout. Knee comes up over the hip. We're gonna lift up, press the leg out, bring it in, and tap, keeping that knee up, out, in, light tap. Now that knee stays stacked over the hip. As we extend the leg, we want to try to minimize movement through the hips, keeping them square to the ceiling, keeping them nice and high, where we feel that work in the glute, but not into the low back. That could be an indicator that you're lifting a little too high. And rest. We're gonna do the same thing, other side. Re-engage that core. Knee up, we lift, extend, bend, and tap. Feeling that burn in the glute, that's always what I like to feel. It makes me know that I'm working hard. Always like to train glutes. And it's the biggest muscle in your core, so it's doing your core wonders right now. Rest. All right, we're gonna keep moving to a scorpion lift. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're gonna take the front leg, bend the knee, heel is pointed to the ceiling. We're gonna push up and then drop a couple of inches. So foot is flexed, heel drives up, and then drop a couple inches. So you're going slightly above hip level with that knee as you push the heel to the ceiling, but not too high to where you're starting to shift into the opposite hip or opposite side. We're gonna keep hips and shoulders square to the floor, squeezing the glute and trying to keep that calf pulled in. So we really engage the hamstring here as well. It's a little bit of a coordination thing. It's kind of like pat your head, rub your belly at the same time. So don't feel bad if this one takes you a little bit to achieve the proper technique. Just take your time and rest. We're gonna do the same thing other side. So shift back hips to heels for just a second. Release that belly, re-engage the core, flex the foot, knee up, calf toward the hamstring, and push. So just a few inches up and down is all you need. We don't want it to be a big movement, and we also don't want to drop the knee down. We could, but I want you to keep that pressure in the hamstring and glute by keeping the leg up. So knee only drops down about hip level or slightly below throughout the movement. Pressing evenly through those hands. Make sure your neck is long. You're not looking up, you're looking down toward the floor. Belly button pulled in towards spine, you know it. So we're really engaging those deep core and pelvic floor muscles and also firing the glute, that big muscle in the core. We've got to work them hard. Nice. All right, we're moving on to a bear crawl. This time, we're gonna move the hands and the feet, same time. We're doing opposites, okay? Are you confused yet? So we're gonna lift off the floor. We're gonna go one forward, one back, switch sides. One forward, one back. So it's opposite arm and leg. We shift forward, same time, hand and foot together. And then we shift back, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Now as you're moving, you can see my knees are right above the floor. Hand comes forward slightly of the shoulder, but my core is tight. My hips are square to the floor. I'm trying my best to move with control, keeping that belly pulled in. Now you're gonna find there's one side that's easier, one side that's harder. Take your time, and as you need to, rest and drop down into that hands and knees for a break. That one is tough. All right, we're gonna keep the hard work coming. Clam pulses, get into that clam position. We're gonna lift, open the knees, and pulse it. Full 50 seconds, we stay here. Just pulse, pulse. So knees are open, and then we're just pushing out and in about an inch or two. Hips lifted through the waistline, shoulder away from ear, squeezing that glute, zipping up the core. Those bear crawls really got me out of breath. So if you need to, you can drop the hips for a few seconds and come back to the pulses, but as long as you can, stay in this position. This is why you've got to do workouts 1 through 6 first, because we really build on those movements, and you can see that now. We're starting to get more and more intense with it. Only 5 seconds left. Good work, guys. Okay, moving on to the other side. Same thing. Deep breath in, exhale, and pulse. We're gonna finish with this one, so make it count. Again, relaxing the neck and shoulders, keeping them away from your ears. Put that focus in the glutes, squeeze, brace that core, lift through that bottom hip. We're more than halfway there now. Last 10 seconds, we got this. 3, 2, 1. Woo. What a way to finish it. Good work, you guys. Okay, that was workout number 7 from my Lose Your Mommy Pooch plan. So we're gonna keep building on that workout for the last few, the last 3, 8 through 10 are coming up next. So be sure to come back for those and we'll continue to work on losing that mommy pooch, achieving a flat belly and a strong core. See you here next time.